We're here on the campus of Aliamanu Middle School in the Salt Lake District of Oahu. Our school is surrounded by many outstanding features. We are located in an area of extinct volcanic craters, such as Aliamanu, for which we are named. To the west of us is Joint Base Pearl Harbor Hickam, home of the U.S. Pacific Fleet and the headquarters of Pacific Air Forces and the Hawaii Air National Guard. If you travel, then you're most likely familiar with Daniel K. Inouye International Airport. Finally, our school lies within an area providing educational services that includes Aliamanu Elementary School and the Salt Lake Maunalua Public Library. The following story by students at Aliamanu Middle School is about 3 student ambassadors from countries around the Pacific. They traveled to Hawaii to spread the message of peace.
Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy.
The words of President Franklin D. Roosevelt remind us of the devastation of war. But now, a date which will live in infamy also inspires a message of peace. 3 students from Japan, Australia, and California carried that message when they came together for 1 week on Oahu. Their visit was sponsored by the Australian National Maritime Museum for a project celebrating peace in the Pacific.
They had to write a speech saying why they thought being an ambassador would be important and why they would make a good ambassador, so what personal qualities they possessed.
The ambassadors met for the first time when they arrived in Hawaii. With a common goal in mind, they quickly bonded with each other. They had a busy schedule that included a visit to Aliamanu Middle School, where they met students of various cultures and backgrounds. They also were able to hear the first-hand accounts of the Pearl Harbor attack through a presentation by Mr. Jimmy Lee, who was an eyewitness to the event as a child. The ambassadors also had a chance to share their viewpoints on peace.
I'm from Australia. I live in a town called Newcastle, so that's about...
We need to focus on peace because, anything other than peace ends with people getting hurt or dying, and the only thing that matters in this world is taking care of each other.
The next day, they attended a youth peace symposium where Japanese citizens and veterans from World War II shared their thoughts.
So their stories were really just something different and something that I can really take back to Australia and tell other teachers and friends about.
I really like to hear the other perspective from other people, like other countries' people, so it was good.
They began the following day by participating in commemoration ceremonies of the December 7th Pearl Harbor attacks. Later, they returned to the Pacific Aviation Museum. Exhibits and interactive activities gave the students and ambassadors perspectives from both sides of the war. Finally, the hallmark of their entire visit was the signing of the peace document on board the USS Missouri. It took place in the exact spot where, more than 70 years ago, a signing by Japan, the United States, and its allies officially ended the Pacific phase of World War II. It was streamed live to students in Australia.
My hope as a young global citizen is that the few which make those life-changing decisions act with integrity and responsibility, to consider the effects of conflict on the many and to act with truth and honesty so that the tragedies of the past are never repeated.
The ceremony left a lasting impression on those in attendance.
After seeing all of this and after going through today, peace, the word peace means to me when people come together and instead of fighting and arguing, they become friends.
With lessons from the past and present generations, these young ambassadors are ready to carry on the mission of peace for generations to come. This is Cassandra Montgomery from Aliamanu Middle School for Hiki No.